There's been a great debate about this, but I'm glad that there's been a great debate about this because it's an important issue. So as I move to the end of these remarks, I want to say just a couple things to return to earlier themes. First of all, this is a moment when the place of universities in journalism has never been more important. And it's important for us as journalists, and particularly for folks who are actively involved in journalism education, to take the maximum advantage of this. And there's several reasons for this, but I'll just list a few. First of all, we're sending people out into very small, new newsrooms, many of them on the web, where the good news is you leave the school and you're operating at a very high level, and the bad news is there's no professional development in the news organization itself. So we have to teach people how to operate on these new digital platforms, which we're happy to do and are doing with great enthusiasm, and the students like it too, and the employers like it too. And we also feel we have to teach context more than we used to. Students don't have people to teach them ethics of journalism and journalism in the law and so on the ground. So we have a lot of new curriculum in digital skills, but we also have even more new curriculum that doesn't have to do with skills at all. And that's very important to what we're doing at the school and what I think should happen in journalism education. We're teaching journalists how to understand the substance of the subject that they cover, as well as how to use the presentational tools, much more than we had in the past. We're teaching all students in the school history of journalism as a requirement now. We're teaching much more ethics, especially by the case method a la business school, and we have a whole bunch of cases that we're happy to lend you and have you use here. They're very good teaching tools. We're teaching a required course on the economics of journalism to all students. It's really important to us that our students have the professional and intellectual context and the skills, because both are very hard to acquire out there in the marketplace. That's number one. Number two, in this report we published and in many other ways, we're uniquely positioned to bring together the world of media policy and media studies and the world of journalistic practice. If our report had been written by either Schudson, the scholar by himself, or Downey, the great editor by himself, it wouldn't have gotten as much attention, because being able to discuss these issues in a journalistic way with consciousness of the history, policy, impact of journalism as well is incredibly important, and nobody, almost nobody in the profession as a standalone is doing this. So another reason why journalism schools are so important and so vital to the history to the future of journalism is that there is a hugely consequential debate going on right now. It'll be determined in the next 5 to 10 years what the future shape of our profession will be. And it won't just happen by accident. It won't just happen out in the marketplace. There'll be policy decisions made that will affect this. Journalism schools should be, and universities should be, must be, an important part of that conversation. And they can be, because of their capabilities and their place in society, more than just news organizations can be. So that's another reason why, if all of us in journalism education take advantage of this moment, we can be a really powerful and consequential voice in the future of the profession. I would say to you, finally, as you leave here, that each of you individually can be a kind of mini journalism school in this way. As a journalist, it's important for each of you, as you're out practicing wherever you're practicing, first of all, to try to combine the skills of the profession and a larger consciousness of the meaning of the subject you're covering, the history of your profession, the economics of your profession, and so on. You cannot exist just in a vacuum of being the master of a journalistic form. You're an actor in society. And also, you as individual journalists should be active participants I hope you will be, and I would urge you to be in the debate over the future of the profession. It's not enough at this moment just to say, I'm going to do my job. That's your primary role in life, but it's not enough. You have to also say, or I hope you will also say, while doing my job and producing superb journalism, I will also exercise a real obligation as a member of this profession to make my voice heard as its future is being determined. If you don't, you'll regret the result of your silence. So please see that as well as writing stories as part of your professional responsibility. Thank you and congratulations and best of luck for long, happy, fruitful careers in journalism.